so many years. We'll have this lecture. We'll also have time for question and answers. So if anything comes up to mind, that's helpful along your spiritual practice. Just really excited to experience this lecture. So we already gave a little bit of background.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna to everyone, dear friends, dear everyone. Thank you for coming to this Thursday night program in Mantra House. And so we, how many of you came for the first time, by the way? Is anybody here for the first time?
Too shy first timers.
Okay, anyway, thank you for coming. Today we would like to present this small topic, which is whether does happiness exist or not. Is it okay? Is it applicable to everyone? Would you like to hear about this? Okay, so is there any happiness out there? Whether does happiness exist or not? It is actually fundamental basic needs of the soul, and it is the meaning of life to be happy, right? So we would like to start with a story from life of celebrity, from John Lennon. John Lennon is one of the Beatles, and once he has been asked by a journalist, so who you wanted to become in your life by profession? And he said, I want to be happy. So he said, probably you don't understand my question. He said, no, you don't understand the meaning of life. So the meaning of life is to be happy. And it is explained that we are pleasure-seeking being. We are Anandamaya Bisad. So we looking for happiness from the time immemorial. So we are inspired by this motivation in any activities in our life, in any hopes or aspirations. So we want to be happy, right? But it seems a little bit paradoxical because we experience opposite problem. Right? So for example, if you go outside now and just do research, social poll, stop many people, maybe 1,000 people, 100 people, and ask them, what's the happiness actually? So as many people to that many opinions, right? Everyone has his own understanding of happiness. And it looks like it's subjective kind of matter. But actually everyone looking for that. That means it is absolute for everyone. So let's discover this topic by addressing or refer to authoritative source. We would like to know from the scriptures what actually happiness is, or does it exist or not. So we address to ancient yoga text, timeless wisdom of the Vedas, which is Bhagavad Gita as it is. So we have Bhagavad Gita here, so probably you are familiar with. Bhagavad Gita as it is considered to be perfect theistic science because it's spoken by God himself, and it is considered to be the summary study of entire Vedic literature and its conclusion of all the Vedas. If anyone tried to understand Bhagavad Gita without any personal interpretation but in the line of disciplic succession, you will surpass all the scriptures of the world and all the Vedas. So this is a very high standard. So if you understand Bhagavad Gita, so this is kingdom knowledge. You can get any divine knowledge, any transcendental knowledge from that book. And according to Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And he speaks in Bhagavad Gita. He spoke in this Bhagavad Gita and he explained different types of happiness. By the way, there is a good news. Happiness exists, actually. And even there is varieties of happiness in this world. Not just one, but at least 3 types of happiness we have here in material world. Would you like to know them? Yeah? So Krishna explained Trividhi Sukham. Sometimes I can use Sanskrit, it's okay? Sanskrit is divine language and it's very thought-forming, living language, you know. You can understand more, extract more meanings from this language. So happiness, Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita, Trividhi Sukham, there are 3 types of happiness actually. And he explained that this material world consists of the modes of nature. There are 3 modes of nature. Sattvam, Rajas, Tamoiti, Guna Prakriti, Sambhava. So there are 3 modes. Probably you're familiar with that. There is goodness, Rajas, passion, and ignorance. So we have these 3 modes, and all these 3 modes of nature actually permeate through all our life. So everything, all our life activities, eating, sleeping, association, even happiness, in the modes. Everything in the modes, actually. Right? So therefore, happiness also in the 3 modes of nature. So Krishna discussed these 3 types of happiness, and we start from the bottom one, from the beginning. And first one is called tamasic happiness. Happiness in the mode of ignorance. So we have this one, and Krishna explained very nicely, scientifically, this type of happiness. He said, let me find what he said. He said, okay, so option 1, Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita. That happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is delusion from the beginning to the end, and which arises from the sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be of the nature of ignorance. Nidralasya pramodaya. So laziness, sleepiness, illusion, delusion, all this madness, so all these kind of qualities of mode of ignorance. So this happiness is freely available in the market of material nature. You can get it. So by the way, human life is like a shopping mall. When you go in, so you can get plenty of goods, but don't forget, so at the end of the cash register, you have to pay for it. So if you're going for all those different goods. So Sukham Mohanam, illusory happiness, delusion. And for example, I can give you a hint. So it is not really happiness, it's just relief from the suffering. For example, I'm suffering, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I experience sexual urge, maybe I'm diseased, sick, whatever. So if I get relief by taking pills or eating something, some sweet cake, or have some association with opposite sex, so by like this, I might get relief from this suffering, and this is so-called happiness. We just get relief from suffering, which are attacking us in this world, right? So this kind of happiness, which experience in the mode of ignorance, actually this is nature of tamas. Like we said, people experience depression, pain, dullness, I don't know, according to Google Maharaj, saying that 500 million people going fall into depression, 500 million people, 500 million people every day going into depression. So to get relief from this pain, mental agony, all these kind of things, so people try to escape or get relief. So they take in different stimulants to pacify the pain, like maybe drugs, sex, drugs, rock and roll, chocks, maybe chocolate, sweets, going to internet, virtual reality. You know, sometimes I'm also, I just want to jump into sleeping bag, take some chocolate bar and just dive into virtual reality. Does anyone feel the same? Only me? Sometimes, you know. So this is happiness in the mode of ignorance. It's freely available, so you can get it if you want. Is there anyone for this happiness? Type of happiness, if you want so? Sometimes. It's inevitable sometimes, right? And the internet is an opportunity for modern people to get very cheap, accessible happiness. Anyway, so this is kind of quick fix dopamine happiness. Quick fix, and we try to boost it up by using the internet, by using all these kind of stimulants. And it is deceptive, of course. And I'll give you an example of such happiness. Again, I refer to Google Parampara. And it is saying, it's a little bit shocking statistic. Murder statistic, daily violence. 104 million chicken every day slaughtered. 200 million various wild animals. 100,000 abortions. And so on. So it's very shocking, you see. What is that? How is it? This is, what kind of happiness is this? So, this is happiness, under the name of happiness, is going very severe miseries. So it doesn't look like happiness, rather like it's like misery, it's like suffering. Anyway, one more example about this happiness. If you go to Google it, internet, so again we refer to internet all the time. In Pacific Ocean, in the middle, it's been created a huge island now. It's larger than Europe continent 1.5 times. And it consists of plastic items, which are thrown every day from the both continents, from Asia and America, like 2 million plastic items every day. It's created like a huge island in the middle nowadays. So new continent now. You see, this is kind of happiness. And according to World Health Organization, over 3 million annual deaths due to alcohol and drugs use. And almost 500 million people severely addicted to alcohol and narcotics and drugs and things. So this is a result of such happiness, right? So this is the first one, which is available. And we explain consequences as well. And yeah, so it is a greatest illusion when people think that they will be happy by performing sinful activities. It's not possible. So this is so-called tamasic happiness, and I think no one wants to get this kind of things. But don't worry, we have option 2. So we're going to the next. Next is a little bit more sweeter, and it's called Rajasic types. Rajasic Sukham. Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita. That happiness which is derived from the contact of the senses with the objects and which appears like a nectar at first, but poison at the end, is said to be of the nature of passion. So Sukham, Rajasikam, Smritam. So we have this type of happiness which is born of contact of our senses with the object of the senses. Sometimes sense objects are attractive, right? So we have so many objects, and especially opposite sex. So it's very pleasing to our senses. We have our knowledge acquiring senses, working senses, so we naturally attracted to external things. And at the beginning it's like very intense, it's like very sensual storm, that you experience so dynamic happiness by associating with the object of the senses. At the beginning it's like a nectar, but then this is poison at the end. So the essence of that happiness is the poison. I'll give you an example. You don't believe me? Do you agree? It's a little bit subtle, but we can... my favorite example about ice cream. So ice cream, everyone likes it, right? So you just think, I can give you ice cream only for $5. Maybe it's a little bit expensive, 5? I don't know. So, but we have a variety of different ice creams. So whatever you like, whatever feeling you like, some strawberry or flavor with little nuts and cream and things and chocolate and everything there. So most, pleasing to your senses. So we give you $5. You can get it, right? It's good. Especially when it's hot outside and you're thirsty. You want to get it. So you eat first. First is very good, right? So your senses are sharp, you experience taste, rasa, mellows, everything is there. It's intense, dynamic. Then second one. So we're going for second one, and we give you discount. I don't know, $2 for one. But condition you eat now. Right? You don't keep for the next time. So you eat this. Maybe it's not really good like first one, but still it's okay because it's you're thirsty, it's hot outside, you know, Los Angeles weather sometimes very hot. Then we'll give you third one, but you don't take it, right? It's too much. But we give you for free. It's a good deal, right? You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, so you eat it. But it's not really good, and you're not thirsty already, but you still eat it because it's for free, it's a good deal. I have to take it, because condition is that you have to eat it now. So you finish it, and then number 4. So you don't want to look at it, but we'll pay you $50. But condition that you have to eat now, right? Yeah, it's first one you got for $5, now I pay you $50. So you're gonna get it and eat. And then what you're gonna experience after that, finally? You're gonna get diarrhea, nausea, disgust, and so on and so forth, right? So you finished. So this is material happiness. So it goes through the stages. First one is attraction, then enjoyment, then saturation, and then disgusting. So this is material happiness. See, this is first, it's like a nectar, and then it's poison at the end. You agree now? This is with everything, not with ice cream. Ice cream is like most vivid example, but you can experience it with everything. Relationships, inert objects, people, objects, whatever you have in this world. Family, society, love, friendship. You can get like this. You can go through the stages. So this is called rajasic happiness. And maybe we can say a couple of words about most intense type of happiness, which is attraction to the opposite sex. It's called Maithunya Bhava, natural attraction between man and woman. And it's called Maithunya Bhava, or intense heart, not in the heart. So, like young man, young boy, young girl, they meet each other and they completely fascinated with each other. They experience intense attraction, and all senses are going to this young lady, and it's like samadhi, it's like trance, you're fully absorbed. But then, after a while, in the course of time, so you're gonna get bored, and like saying goes, one step from love to hatred, right? It's in the Russian language, I don't know if you heard this in English. One step from love to hatred. So first of all, you may be a love person, but then you hate him. This is material love, because at the beginning it's the nectar, but then it's poison. Okay, this is nature of sukham, happiness, in the mode of rajas, ignorance, or passion. It's called chapala sukha, or kind of ghostly, elusive. It's very flickering, and it's called bhogatyaga. You can enjoy all the time. You have to stop. You have to have a break, and then you can continue. Like you have a weekend at the end of the week. You enjoy for a couple of days, and you get fed up. You have to go for work. Work hard, play hard. So you cannot enjoy forever, stay high forever. So you have to pay high price for this, and this is temporary, and this is not permanent solution, right? You agree? Mode of sukham rajasikam, smritam. Is anyone for this happiness? I mean, whole the society for this type of happiness. They're chasing after it. All these billboards and flashing lights and internet and TV programs about this happiness. So everyone wants this one. So, but we explain the nature of that and what's the consequence, so we now understand the essence. Um, maybe I'll also bring up some little interesting concept from Bhagavad Gita. Krishna explained that an intelligent person doesn't take a part in the source of miseries which are obstacle of the senses. So he doesn't take a part, doesn't delight in miseries which are due to contact with the material senses. So these objects of the senses are actually sources of miseries in disguise. That's what Bhagavad Gita is saying. And modern formula of happiness, rich plus famous equal happiness, right? People think, so if I become rich and famous, then I'll become happy, right? So, but if you look at Google again, authoritative source, well-known, well-documented fact that many celebrities and high-profile personalities, they experience mental challenges and issues and problems. They fall into depression. According to World Health Organization, 1/4 of CEO people, they suffer out of depression. Anyway, so this is freely available in the market of material nature. 2 types of happiness, which we explain. And let's look at another one. By the way, I just bring up some statement from the Beatles. We refer to them. So Beatles, at the peak of their career, they said that we achieve everything. So we on the top of popularity. We've got everything. We've got our talents, our followers, name and money, wealth, everything. And we become like more popular than Jesus Christ at some point of the history. But there is nothing actually. George Harrison said, there is nothing. There is emptiness. Don't try for that. Don't climb up on this mountain. So there is nothing. That's why they go into spirituality, right? At some point they turn into a spiritual life. Although they achieve everything. Okay, so is anybody for this type of happiness? A little bit doubtful. So, anyway. I mean, don't worry, we have alternative. Don't rush, so we will give you more. And next one is option 3, which is Krishna explained. In the beginning, maybe just like poison, you see, but at the end, it's just like a nectar, and which is awakens one to self-realization, said to be the happiness of mode of goodness. So sukham satvikam proktam. This is happiness in the mode of goodness. It's very pleasurable happiness, but at the beginning it's like a poison. So when you naturally enjoying like simple things like good weather, fresh air, nice conversation with the good people, some smile, kind words, organic food, a little bit physical exercise, you become happy naturally. So there is not any extra endeavors. So this is happiness, is mode of goodness. And it is naturally come from the soul. Atma Buddham Prasadam Jam. It comes from the soul because soul is self-satisfied by the nature. And how to get it, this happiness? It sounds like better, right? So life has to be changed. You see, it is explained that so one has to follow many different rules and regulations. You have to control your mind, senses. So you have to concentrate on oneself. You have to do some tapasya, austerities, follow regs, maybe follow Ekadashi, avoid bad association. So many rules and regulations. And it's very hard, it's very difficult. Probably at the beginning it's like a poison, right? It's hard. And it's a bitter, but Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita, there's a golden rule that the yogi, the real yogi, is not that which eat too much or eat too little, sleep too much or sleep too little. So everything is in balance, like everything in moderation. So it has to be balanced. You have to catch up this balance, and this balance is very individual for everyone. Is for one's own, for his or one's own self. In a mode of goodness, there is a happiness, there is sense gratification, but it has to be really balanced. Like, for example, if you take it too much, so you overdose it and it's spoiled. Like you put salt in the food, if you put it too much, finished, you cannot eat. But if you don't put anything, so it's also dry and tasteless. So you need some little taste, you know. That's why in mode of goodness you have to put a little bit sense gratification, but it's a very balanced way. Otherwise you just go astray. So pleasure is the spice of life. Rasa. And like saying goes, pleasure is the happiness of a madman, but happiness is the pleasure of a sage. So sounds promising, encouraging, right? But at the beginning you have to go through the tapasya, through the austerities. You have to control your mind, you have to avoid many things. So it's tough, sometimes it's very tough. And probably you have this experience, every one of you. And maybe it's boring, daily routine and so on and so forth. Is that what we want really? To control your senses, to fight with mind all the time, you know, to have this inner conflict. My senses are driving me to the sense object, but I have to stop it. And is it that what we really want? How do you think? I mean, it's the most effective type of happiness, but still, it's not real that we want to enjoy, because we pleasure-seeking people want to be happy. So it's like this happiness, real happiness, like a drop of water in a desert. In a desert, there is no water at all. I mean, some drop of. So we need some ocean. And sometimes holy scriptures illustrate vivid picture, like stranger, he crossing over the desert, and he goes, and he's thirsty, he tired, and he sees at the horizon, he sees like crystal clear water, some waterfall, and he think, oh, I'm gonna be happy now, and he just runs after, he lose all his energy, he tripped up and he fall down, and he got full mouth of scorching sand, and he fall dead. So this is material life. So we chasing after mirages, we chasing after shadow of happiness, but actually there is no happiness. I mean, a little bit shocking news for you. So in material world, there are three types of happiness, but they're illusory, they're deceptive, elusive. So you have to be careful. You have to know the consequence and what you're gonna get if you try to enjoy such a happiness. So shocking news: no happiness in material world. Three types of happiness are both, all of them, they're illusory. Maybe this one, mode of goodness, we can discuss it more. By the way, it's called samsara sukha. Samsara means circle of repeated birth and death. So this is sukham, happiness, in a circle of repeated birth and death. But actually it's like repetition of same things. So we chewing the chewed. Same things all the time. But don't worry, there is a hope. So we have an alternative. Because goodness awakens to the self-realization, it is saying. And it is explained. Sattvam Brahma Yad Darshanam. So next door to Sattva is the transcendence. Is another level. It's like a springboard. Sattva maybe is like a springboard. You can jump up and you can reach the level of transcendence, which is different. Absolutely, it's beyond the modes, beyond the nature, material nature, gunas, passion, goodness, and ignorance. And Srimad Bhagavatam, another holy scripture explained, Tapodivyam putrakena satvam shuthen yat yasmat brahma sukhim tumanantam. So there is another type of happiness, which is Brahma sukhim. It's called, Brahma means spiritual. So number 4, but it's beyond the material world. So you see, it's not available in the market of material nature. So you have to rise up yourself, rise above the modes of nature. And it is explained, one who has been awarded with human form should not work hard day and night, simply for sense gratification, which is available even for dogs and hogs that eat soul. Sorry, it's like a little bit strong words. So one must undergo austerity. That means at the beginning it's like poison, but in the end it's called Brahma Saukhya. So what's this Brahma Saukhya? Number 4 option. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatmana Shochitina Kangshanti Samak Sarvesha Buddhashuna Bhakti Vapate Param. So Krishna explained that the person who attains this level, he's always happy. He never laments, he never what is called, never looking for anything else. He equally disposed to everyone. He always happy. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, happiness. Atma Bhuta Prasadam Jam, he always happy in his heart, because he derived happiness from his own Atma, soul. Would you like this one? Huh? Not bad, but you have to work. So option number 4, it's a Brahmananda, happiness of Brahman, eternal, beyond of material modes. Nothing, there is no any tinge of matter, no any material qualities, doesn't contaminate it with the low types of things. So it's eternal, blissful, peace, shanti, shanti, shanti. You're peaceful, you're satisfied for eternity. Can you imagine? It's good, eh? Sounds good. Many people are looking for that. I mean, so you don't depend from any other external things, like maybe thick bank account or president post or maybe US green card. You don't need anything. You're just happy because of your soul. You discover your Atma, happiness, Atmananda. So, Shuddha Sattva, right? And would you like it or not? Is it okay? It's good, man.
Sounds peaceful.
Sounds good, eh? But you have to work. So first, this is poison. So you have to drink the poison, and then you can get at the end, you can get nectar, Amrita. But anyway, so a little bit something wrong in this happiness. You see, it's eternal, it's blissful, it's a full peace and and satisfaction. But whether positive happiness of relationships, whether dynamic happiness. So we want something, we have to experience emotions. This is a little bit, a little bit boring. Yeah, truly speaking, this is boring actually. And you have to experience for eternity. It's like a hell. Kaivalya narakayate, tridasha pura akasha pushpayate. So this happiness, maybe it's Amrita, but for the soul. I open for a secret. So we happy by relationship, only through the relationships. So when we experience relationship with the living entities, not with the inner matter or with void, with the emptiness. So we happy. There is no happiness in the middle of nowhere. So Brahman is the middle of nowhere. There is nothing, no matter, no spirit. So how are you going to enjoy? You just stay away from suffering, that's okay. But it's also relief from material life. So that means you just got some pacified. And so you have to be, you have to experience relationships. Friendship, society, love, all this kind of relationship which we experience here in material realm, but probably we have a harmful experience. We're suffering out of it, right? So does anybody feel like this or only me? So you have this experience, right? So material relationships are a little bit, I mean, maybe it's attractive, but also there is side effect. There is another side of these relationships. And one saint said, happiness formula, he gave happiness formula. He said, happiness is when we stop trying to be happy ourselves. We stop. This sounds a little bit paradoxical, but as soon as we plan to be happy, so we immediately causing the source or causing our distress in the future. So as soon as we plan to be happy in this world, so the secret is true happiness is selfless or non-egoistic. So true happiness when you try to make the object of your love happy. So when you invest your service or happiness into an object of your love, so then you get a chance to be happy. And this is non-egoistic, this is selfless. So, and then we come into the word which is called love. Love. So it's also a term in material world a little misused, but the equivalent of happiness. If you want to be happy, all we need is love. So we want to be loved, and we want to love somebody, we want to be loved. This is ultimate living necessity of the soul. So we want love and want to be loved by someone. And this is real happiness. And this is only available through the relationships. So we need to understand this material love is just a shadow of real love. It's just a replacement. Surrogate, I don't know what this word is. Surrogate of love. Like, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. It's like a business deal, you know. I love you. I love you too. That means, let me enjoy by using your senses. Let me enjoy by my senses by using you. So this is material love. This is business deal, actually. And so therefore, it's not a solution. It's not a solution. But anyway, love exists, and we have option number 5, but not unconditional love. Like we love our pets, our families, our neighbors, our friends, our beloveds, so in the same way we can expand our love higher. We can expand it higher to the supreme source of happiness, supreme source of love, who is Krishna. So Krishna, he is the source of unlimited happiness. He is the source of rasa, embodiment of rasa. He is a reservoir of all pleasure. He's an all-attractive person. So he is the topmost expansion of our love. If we expand our love up to Krishna, and we try to develop a relationship with him, so there is another type of love. And this is option number 5, which is called Bhakti Sukham. And Bhakti Sukham means love of devotional service, or happiness of devotional service. Selfless, loving, devotional service. When we serve to the source of all happiness, so then we can get unlimited ocean of happiness, actually, because we connected to the source of all happiness, source of all mellows, and this is called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This is unlimited ocean of sweet mellows of devotional service, which is Bhakti. And this is happiness of Brahman, which is Brahma Sukham. It's just a small drop from that ocean, or happiness which is consistent in the footprint of the calf in comparison with this huge ocean of Bhakti, which is the ocean of sweet, transcendental mellows, beloved mellows of devotional service. So we can get from Krishna, who is the source of all these different rasas and mellows, everything. We can develop a relationship like with the son, or with a friend, with a lover. So all these kind of things, friendship, societal love, everything like we have here, but with a perfect person. So Krishna is a source of love. All we need is love, Krishna. So Krishna is a source of unlimited happiness. And when we try to render our service to Krishna, everyone is happy and everyone is satisfied, entire universe. So this is true type of happiness, and it's called Bhakti Sukha. And this is our real purpose of life, to get connection to the source of happiness, which is Krishna. And this is real happiness. This is not like kind of illusory, temporary happiness. So we're meant for this happiness. We're meant for develop relationship with Krishna. So our ultimate goal of life is to come back to Krishna and to be with Krishna, to live with Krishna, to play with Krishna, to eat with Krishna, and to dance with Krishna. This is all these different spiritual ananda or bliss variegatedness, spiritual variegatedness in spiritual world. So we can experience this, all these kind of things. So therefore, this is eternal happiness. That's what we're looking for, and everyone is looking for that. But it's not available here in the material world. But we can realize it. This kind of happiness is this material, in this human form of life, and we can conclude that true happiness is possible. It is exists, but only in Krishna consciousness. That's it. So only happiness is possible in Krishna consciousness. So let's take it seriously. Let's realize it. Let's invest our efforts to develop this relationship with Krishna and awaken our eternal dormant love, which is in our heart. All we need is love. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Are you convinced? Only happiness is possible only in Krishna consciousness. Is it okay? You agree?
Yes.
Are there any questions would you like to ask?
How we can learn to love Krishna if we don't know how to love in material world?
We don't know how to love the material world. We have to practice. Practice makes perfect.
Material.
So practice material. Material we don't have to practice. We know how to love because it's natural. It's instinct to love beautiful objects, opposite sex, our parents, our relatives. It's very natural. You don't need to practice. It's coming from your heart, and it's pleasurable to your senses. So we love our whoever we love. So, and this is very natural. But spiritual love has to be practiced. So practice means sadhana. Sadhana. So you practice your regulative devotional service. So you have to chant, you have to hear, you have to associate, you have to eat spiritual sanctified food. And through that process you can gradually develop devotional service. And you come to the level of spontaneous love, which has not to be practiced. It's just spontaneous expression of your heart, movement of your heart. But you have to practice it first, at the beginning, because it's spiritual. Right? Is it okay?
So it's no different. It's the same kind of feeling. that we
Spiritual,
feel.
material.
Yeah.
I mean, spiritualism, it's in the modes of nature, like we discussed.
Yeah.
So there are three types, three vidhi sukham, and it's elusive. It's cheating, actually. It's not really love. It's not really happiness. It's not really satisfaction. It just seems. It looks like. It takes a shape of that, but it's like shadow.
But then if you say that your mother who loves her child, she will never won't agree with you.
I mean, of course, you cannot say this because you have this connection, you have these ties with your families, with your relatives. You have to take care of them, and this is your duty, and this is normal. and this is okay. But if you don't put Krishna in the center, so it's gonna be, it pulls you down, So you become you degraded by this, because it's attachment. This attachment brings you to the next life, and that's what. I mean, it's natural, but for the body, because it's a product of your body. It's not your eternal relationship, eternal connection.
Let's everyone, let's give a big thank you to Gaurav Sundar. Thank you so much for this talk. It's raised many questions and answered many questions. And we will transition to the mantra meditation. Prabhu is going to lead it. So first, let's get up, have a stretch, take a little break. And you can move as close to the front as possible, and we can all feel this vibration together.
So I can show you Gauranga